Hi, my name is Carmen. I'll be giving an introduction to our video. In your human resource management career, you're likely to come across a situation where you'll have to conduct an internal investigation because something may seem out of place. Some situations might involve criminal wrongdoing where you will have to involve the law enforcement. Your actions will affect the employees as well as the company's image, so it is wise to receive advice from the company's legal counsel. Your ability to conduct an internal investigation can make a big difference in discovering the truth. We will give you insight on how to lead a proper investigation. The information we provide will help you see the key issue and make important decisions concerning the process.
Hi, my name is Hansel, and I'll be talking about internal reviews and when it is appropriate to conduct them. It is important to understand the kinds of situations or events that should trigger an internal investigation, especially if you're in a decision-making position. So, internal review is appropriate for the following situations. First, when an employee records a complaint, it is important that every complaint is investigated to determine whether or not there is any validity to the complaint and whether or not corrective action is necessary. Second, when there has been a violation of law or policy, law enforcement or government agency has to be involved, depending on the nature of the seriousness of the violation. Third, when data suggests that there might be a problem or violation, you need to look for data indicators of possible problems, such as reports that show that something unusual or unexpected is occurring or other deviations from the norm. Fourth, when unusual events occur, be on the alert for circumstances. Fifth, security alerts should be in place. Advanced in technology provide a capability to have sophisticated security systems in place to monitor and identify what is occurring in the workplace. So once you have identified the problem and need for an investigation, decide whether you should do it internally. Large organizations usually have specially trained individuals who conduct internal investigations on a frequent basis. Most companies have only an occasional need to conduct an internal review and usually assign someone with little or no experience with investigations. There are many advantages of doing an internal review. First, you will have a greater flexibility when it comes to problem resolution and corrective action. Second, the individual conducting the inquiry will have some inherent loyalty to the employer, and this might make them less inclined to take an aggressive approach in an investigation. Third, in addition to company loyalties, an internal investigator might be constricted by internal politics, concerns about careers, and pressures from within organizations. Sixth, another major advantage is that the review can be conducted in a more informal manner. There will be less disruptions and perhaps less stress on the part of those involved in the process when it is done by someone internally. Seventh, you will have a chance to select an internal investigator who is neutral in terms of any reporting relationship with the complainant or focus of the investigation. Last but not least, it should be clear to the investigator whether or not he or she is expected to give a summary of the investigative findings, recommend actions, and take corrective actions. If you do conduct internal investigation, it must be performed to the same standard as used by an experienced investigative professional. If not, then the investigation will fail to achieve its primary objective to discover the truth.
Hi, my name is Ramen. I'll be talking about what makes a good internal investigator. In order to be able to conduct effective internal investigation, you need to have trained and competent investigators. There's certain knowledge, skills, and ability that individuals need to have in order to lead an investigation. The first factor is to be well organized. There will be many documents that he or she must keep track of and be able to easily retrieve for review, and these documents will become critically important in developing the investigative findings and recommendations at the end of the process. Examples include binders, files, electronics, record keepings, spreadsheets, filing systems, etc. The second factor is to plan ahead. For example, in a complaint concerning harassment or discrimination, the investigator will want to find out if the employee was really treated in a manner that was hostile, biased, or discriminatory. The third factor is to take good notes. It would be impossible for an interviewer to remember everything that each person tells him or her, so taking good notes is important. Fourth factor is to assume nothing. He or she should ask questions that might seem obvious on the surface because they have the potential to elicit more valuable information. The fifth factor is to remain flexible. The investigator needs to be prepared for the unexpected as the interview changes direction to something he or she did not expect. Sixth factor is to listen. The interviewer should give the interviewee his or her undivided attention and provide reinforcing comments to encourage dialogue. And the seventh factor is to stay on schedule. Waiting too long to begin an investigation or allowing the investigative process to drag on and on greatly diminishes the quality of the investigation. The eighth factor is to take the investigation all the way to completion. Taking shortcuts or not completing the investigative process is not acceptable. And the final factor is to make sure the investigation meets all legal standards. Seek the advice of your legal counsel to determine what your reporting responsibilities are. For an investigator, gathering information involves 4 factors: the physical settings, the document search, the electronic records, and the paper trail. Physical settings can answer questions such as physical proximity, visibility, access, and security. If one cannot visit the place, then the next best thing is to have someone take pictures of the place. Documentation can help the investigator develop the plan and possibly even prove or disprove certain facts. And electronic records and paper trail include things like telephone records and computer. We're going to talk about investigative interviews. Determining not only whom we're talking to, but the sequence in which the interview should take place is very significant. The person who would be most knowledgeable about the issue should be interviewed first. The initial interview can provide the interviewer with the names of the people involved in the situation. The investigator should ask for the names of the complainants, co-workers, friends, adversaries, contacts outside the organization who know something about the situation. It is important to keep the investigation going because delays may get the people panicked, resulting in inaccurate information when questioned. The investigator should be careful not to promise to keep others updated on the progress of the interviews because this will only slow down the process. If it's necessary, the investigator can give brief status reports, but the investigator should be careful not to give details of what the investigator found out.
There are protocols that need to be followed. The investigator should begin by providing a general background information concerning the investigation. The investigator should let the person that is being questioned know that confidential information must not be shared. The investigator must remind each interviewee that you expect them to be honest. The interviewee cannot discuss the interview with anyone because each person being interviewed might expose new information. The investigator should ask the same questions to every person. Finally, every organization should have a policy concerning retaliation, which means one individual threatening another individual for reporting a violation.
The main goal of an investigator is to judge the honesty of each individual concerning the incident. Certain questions should be asked to indicate the person's honesty. For example, one question an investigator may ask is, do you think someone who is truly guilty of the conduct alleged in this case should be given a second chance? In general, people who obey the rules will have less sympathy for the accused. On the other hand, an individual who does not follow the rules is likely to be lenient towards the accused.
Hi, I'm Samantha Coyle.
And I'm Jutrowski.
And today we are going to put on a little skit for you that showcases how an interview process in an investigation would actually work in a fun and exciting way.
Using unicorn puppets. Okay, so Molly is the complainant and Steve is the accused.
Cindy is the investigator and Tallulah is the witness. We hope you enjoy this presentation and we hope that it really showcases what investigating is all about. Flashback to coffee break.
Hey, Molly.
Oh, hi, Steve. I'm just getting coffee.
What's up?
Hey, stop it. I don't like it when you touch me that way.
Please. I know you want it.
Please, this isn't appropriate. I just feel like, no, please. Please, help me. Zoom into Tallulah. Oh, no, I've got to do something about this. Interviewing the complainant.
Oh my God, Cindy, something terrible has happened. I have to tell you since you are the head of HR.
Yes, what can I help you with? What happened?
Well, Steve, an accountant, has been acting really inappropriately towards me. He always nudges me with his horn, and it taps me inappropriately with his hooves. I've told him to stop, but he just laughs it off, and he always does this, and it's really inappropriate. And he always does it in the coffee room or in the mailroom when nobody's there.
Okay, Molly, not to worry. I will start an investigation. Do you have any witnesses?
Yes, Tallulah walked in the coffee room when he was nudging me with his horn once.
I see. I will speak with her.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Tallulah. Thank you for meeting with me regarding this sensitive matter. Your name was provided to me as someone who could help in this investigation regarding the workplace. Please be honest, because there could be consequences if you fail to provide information of importance.
Yes, I understand.
Okay. Have you noticed anything strange between any of the employees? Any problems?
Yes, I have noticed that Steve has been acting really inappropriately towards Molly.
Really? What did you see?
Steve always tries to touch Molly from behind, and she says stop, but he never gives up.
I see. That is pretty serious.
Yes, one incident recently got out of hand.
Please explain.
In the coffee room, I saw Steve repeatedly try to touch her from behind with his hooves and horn. Molly screamed no, but he just laughed, and after he got what he wanted, he just left. I saw it through the glass of the coffee room.
Wow, that is very serious. Is there anything else you would like to tell me?
That is it for now, but Steve needs to be stopped before Molly gets hurt any further.
Yes, thank you, Tallulah. Please keep our conversation confidential. Here is my number in case you need to contact me. Hi, Steve. I called you into my office at this time because I'm conducting an investigation into allegations made by Molly Magic against you.
What?
Molly has claimed that you have been sexually harassing her at the workplace. Specifically, she has said you have been trying to touch her from behind. I need to ask you some questions. I expect your full cooperation and honesty. Have you been subjecting Molly to different treatment compared to other employees?
Probably.
What do you mean?
Well, I do find her, attractive.
Have you been acting on this feeling inappropriately in the workplace?
Maybe.
Maybe?
Yeah.
Steve. Okay. Well, we do have reports and allegations of you touching her inappropriately.
She wanted it!
No. There is a no-tolerance policy for this in the workplace. I'm so upset. You could receive serious legal consequences, including termination. I cannot stress to you enough how serious this is, Steve.
Okay, I would like to, speak to my lawyer.
Okay, well, we will be in touch. Thank you.